Probably an overview slide, just a conceptual slide of what the approach is in the methodology. Just wanted to have one big picture or one clear picture of what we're trying to do here. We're going to begin with the process maps of the situation. And that situation might be a production process, might be a work procedure. We're going to turn everything into a flowchart, boxes and arrows that explain how we start at one end and get to the outcome at the other end. Along the way, because now everything's broken down into its individual activities and individual steps in that process, we can begin looking at what risks are in each step and giving it some sort of grade of chance of success in each of these steps to get the complete process working properly. So from understanding the size of the risk, we're going to look at putting in risk controls. Now, what do we have to do proactively to prevent the problem? Sure, we can fix it when it breaks. That's breakdown maintenance, that's repairs, but that isn't what we want. That's meaning our process has failed. So we want to build a process where the risk is discovered, minimised, and the problem's prevented in the first place as part of the process of doing that work. So from that risk control, we're going to break into a number of options, and perhaps all of them together is required. One will be an operational focus, one will be an engineering and design focus, because we know from the life cycle requirements that the design is wrong, everything else goes wrong later on. Then of course there'll be a maintenance focus as well. So we have three opportunities and three ways of minimising risk, and we might just choose to use one or choose to use all three. That's the whole point of analysing the situation in detail, so we can make the smart choices to minimise the risks for that whole process. Once we go down each of these legs, they have their own particular requirements that each leg makes clear we have to adopt, and in the end we come down to documented ways of doing the process, the activity, the work that include the controls, and it'll be written up as a 3T, Accuracy Controlled Enterprise 3T document. So we'll be stepping through basically writing a document of exactly how to do this right. I write it very much to a movie. When you go to the movie, you watch the scenes, you watch the whole episode play out. When you think back to what they did to get this movie that you're looking at and everything's so seamless, everything works as scripted, somebody must have written that script, must have rewritten it, played it a couple of times, rewritten it, got some feedback from people till eventually this script that we are now watching as a movie works beautifully. There's nothing gone wrong, everything works as the director wants. So the same concept with our documentation of managing a process. Please tell me exactly what the right thing to do is in this job. Please tell me exactly how to run this machine perfectly right. Please tell me exactly how to make this product from raw materials into a saleable item that our customers love to have. Teach me the right way. And like a movie, we're going to write and rewrite and practice and script it and learn it and play it again if we have to until we get this final product that is exactly how to make what we want to do happen. So everything comes down to writing a document, and that document contains the correct way to achieve the results we're after, and then we train people to do that. And we measure ourselves along the way. The 3 T's is to have regular tests along the way to prove we're actually doing what we're meant to be doing. So at the end, we guarantee the right outcome because the whole thing is written exactly the way it's meant to be. Boeing have got it right. Now, the aircraft industry guys are 20, 30 years ahead of us. We should be following them, their leadership, because what they've been doing and what they've been learning and putting into their documentation and controlling their construction process and maintenance process of aircraft is exactly the right thing to do. So I'm simply going to say, look, follow their lead, detail the information, train people up to do it properly, and then apply that known process correctly. So yeah, we will have a solution to adopt, and we're going to then measure how effective that solution is.
Are the 6 steps basically embedded in there?
That will get us through this entire slide. That's the whole point of the 6 steps, to come out at the end with a process I can give to anybody in the world and say, follow these 6 steps. Out of those 6 steps we apply, we're going to fit somewhere on this slide at various points, right down to measuring how well we're doing this process. Can we find some shortcuts, some smarter solutions? And continually improving as we learn more things. So yeah, really the methodology is very much explained in that. How to get through that is the 6 steps we're going to be looking at today.